You didn't tell me you were Nigerian. Hey, if that one day I wouldn't have taken you. Like that was what she was like straightforward about. If that one day I wouldn't have taken you. But I smiled.
Wow.
Because I was not surprised. And so I've been through a lot of like things like that.
in Ghana,
You need to at least have a 2-year rent or a year and a half. You understand? And guys, even if you get a year rent, the amount is massive.
Well, it is believed that in every country or in every place you go, there is something called challenges one face or faces. And today, May. Oh, my bad. For those of you that have not seen the part 1 of this video, please, I will link it somewhere here. Please go check it out so you understand the video and you don't get left out and all of that. May is a Ghanaian Nigerian or Ghanaian Nigerian.
That's the best one.
That's the best one. Ghanaian Nigerian, not Nigerian Ghanaian. Yes, and she lives here now. Yeah, she relocated. You live here now. You are from Ghana, so I don't know which one is I live here now. Like she's a Ghanaian that left Ghana. She said,
"Oh, me. Don't ask my daddy. It's not me."
Her daddy said, "Okay, no, I choose Nigeria for you."
You see, so it's not me.
Oh my God! Her daddy said, "Okay, Nigeria is best for you. Let us take you to Nigeria." And now I think she decided like, okay, I love Ghana. I have come to choose this where my dad is from,
and I'm choosing to stay too.
Yeah. So, but today's video it's a, I don't know how to. I'm already smiling. I don't know why I'm smiling, but I know I should be smiling because it's not really something to smile about. But then I'm trying to like make the video not to be too emotional.
To make it as positive as possible.
Yes, very positive. I don't want it to be emotional. I don't want it to be no violence here. We don't do that here
at all.
Yeah. So May is living here now in Ghana, and she has. When I say she has, do you have challenges living here?
Yes, 100%.
Wow.
I'm not gonna deny that.
Okay.
As loving as this country is, there are certain parts that are just challenging.
Well, guys, at this point, I would really love everybody you viewing this video to keep an open mind. Please keep an open mind. No one is bashing nobody. No one is going to disrespect anybody. We're going to keep it very respectful and very positive as possible. So thank you.
Please.
Yeah,
that's a TMI.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's although different countries with different things, and this country too has its ups and downs. That's the same way I have ups and downs in this country, and housing happens to be one of them. Yeah.
So before we move into the housing, apart from housing, do you have any challenges as a Ghanaian Nigerian?
I've had challenges regarding jobs.
Okay.
Multiple times because of my accent or because I have Nigerian in my blood. It's been a problem, a really big problem. And sometimes I can't really blame them, you see, because like some Nigerians come here and ruin things for the good ones, and some good ones create a very good example for the ones that are coming. So I happen to be one of those good ones that are coming here to leave a good example for the ones that are coming. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's just how it works. That's just how it works.
Oh my God. Before then, can you speak Tree?
No. I have tried. The reason why I cannot speak Tree is because I've not been around many Ghanaians.
Okay.
If I was, I would be. But I haven't been amongst Ghanaians like that, unless the ones that all these market women teach me, and that's the only ones that I know.
So what are some of the ones they've taught you?
Saying, when they say so there's this greeting that you give, and then they say "Yemi adumo."
Okay.
Those ones.
You spoke it well. Yeah. You spoke it well. Like
when it's the mate, I tell the mate
let's see her.
I always see what her or the same as say bra mates, those kind of like small this thing. Yeah, we use it. And then the pigeon, the Ghana pigeon. I hear a lot, but I can't speak a lot. Okay. Yeah, that's just how it is.
Okay, so let's move over to the reason why we are here.
Okay.
Like the housing issue. Like how did this come about?
If I knew, if it was direct, I would have understood. Okay, maybe it's because of my accent. Maybe it's because of this. But then, like, most of the time, they are not straightforward about it. You understand? They tell you stylishly, and then you get the message if you're smart. And if you're not smart, you will eventually get the message, because along the line to be direct. So I make sure it doesn't get direct before I know my place or before I change my route. You see that thing?
Yeah.
That's how it works. I have lived many places. I have moved around a lot. And
In Ghana?
In Ghana.
Okay.
So during that moving around, I've only stayed by myself twice. And the first place was a hostel. The second place was a hostel, but then like I stayed by myself after a long run. So it was like I was basically by myself because I had my keys. Nobody was in there with me. It was just me. So I don't know. Probably because we didn't mention me being Ghanaian, Nigerian at the beginning, or maybe the person that came with me was Ghanaian, or maybe I did not speak Nigerian English. You understand? So I don't know what happened. But then like when we came to check out the place, she told us her terms and conditions. I was okay with it. I was no troublemaker so I was okay with it. She didn't mention anything like that. So after we left and it was time to pay, then she was like, oh, is there anything else she needs? Oh yeah, she's Nigerian. Because I made sure I told her that, did you let her know that I had Nigerian in my blood, to avoid any issues? Because if she doesn't know, the roommate I met there would eventually know.
No.
And if anything happens, I don't know who the girl is. I don't know her mindset. She might directly say, oh, maybe it's because she's Nigerian. You understand?
Yeah.
So to avoid any issues in the future, please tell her I'm Nigerian or I'm Ghanaian Nigerian. Anyone, just tell her
So
that I have Nigerian in my blood to avoid any issues. Okay. So when I don't know what happened after he told her. So when I was moving in, the first few things I brought, she was the one that took me there and all. She was like, hey, you didn't tell me you were Nigerian. Hey, if that one day I wouldn't have taken you. Like that was what she was like straightforward about. If that one day I wouldn't have taken you. But I smiled.
Wow.
Because I was not surprised. And so I've been through a lot of like things like that. And I can't really blame her. I don't know her own experience with Nigerians. You understand? So I was like, oh I assured her that I was not like that. I was like, oh, I wouldn't have. She was just being direct, but I paid. So she can't say anything. So I was like, oh, I just thought I was promising her that I won't do anything. Look, like, if anything, my roommate will be the one to tell you or anything. And luckily for me, I wasn't even staying in the house. I came from Accra to the place. So like my life was a whole different life there. So most of the things I do were in Accra. So I had to move from Accra a lot. And sometimes I'll be at my mom's place. I was moving around a lot. So I was not always home. That I would say maybe it's because I was home. So eventually my roommate, she left. So it was just me. And even me, I would be in the house. Nobody would even know I'm there. Because like, what am I looking for outside? Unless I'm washing and I want to dry. That's the only time I have every other thing inside the room. So I traveled as usual. I had a wedding. So I went for the wedding and I have a very good friend in the house. So if anything, I'll message him. He will call me if anything I need to know. So that particular day, he messaged me, and it was a very weird message. I was like, what's going on? And that was the same day I was planning on leaving. Because that particular day, I had already left the wedding. My sister was extremely sick. So I had to be the one to come home and take her to the hospital. So, I was there, we were leaving that day, and he messaged me. I saw the message, but I didn't really reply. Few hours later, she called. I was like, oh, where are you? We're coming to paint the house. That was what she told me. Oh, me feeling like, as a human being, that you rented a place to somebody, you're not supposed to enter the person's house or room without the person's permission.
They entered your house?
I have not started. Ha!
Wow.
Be listening. So in my head, I'm like, oh, it's not possible. She cannot enter. At least she will let me be there. Respect for me as a human being. Even if she's grown, she should respect me as a human being. And I asked my friend how far. I said, oh, there. She also called him and told him to open the gates and his door and all that. Do I know they've painted my room for the past 4 days now? My door has been open for the past 4 days. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And before I left, I had new clothes I washed folded on the bed. So I'm like, my white. That's what I kept thinking in my head. I hope this woman has not opened. This thing must be a lie. So my mom was like, I should go and see what is going on. If anything, I will come back and then we'll go home from the hospital. I got there, my door was opened. There was a key at the door. My heart was racing. I opened the door, the room was upside down.
Wow.
Long story short, things were stained. Things were missing.
Oh.
Things were spoiled. See the way I just sat down there like this. I didn't know what to do. So I was like, okay, I won't do anything. I'll just leave everything. I dropped my bag. And I went to meet her. So one thing about me is I know how to be respectful, especially if I don't know what your mindset towards me was. So I tried my best to not be as direct as possible. So I was like, oh ma, they came to paint the room, and why nobody told me about it? Like she was like, I didn't have your number. I'm like, okay, what about my uncle that came with me? Oh, I looked for his number, I didn't have it. So you might have like, so you didn't have his number. You felt like, okay, there's no need to ask anybody in the hostel. Let me just enter. And then let him start working. I'm like, sure, no problem. When she was done talking, so she made it look like it was my fault because I cook in the room, because I cook late, and it's not possible for me to leave the room around 10-11 to go and cook outside where the kitchen is. So I cook later, and so during that night where I was folding and all, I cooked. So I left the pot on the stove, and then the ingredients and everything I used to cook in this, thinking that okay, my sister was just mildly sick, I'll just go and come back. But I ended up going there for a while. So when everything happened, I'm like, she was like, oh, that me, I was even, so that was the excuse she used to make me think I don't have the right to talk.
That you cooked in the house? In
the room.
Okay.
You understand? So I was like, okay, when I saw the strategy she was using, I decided not to say anything about it. I kept quiet. So I went to the room, I called my uncle, I snapped the videos, I showed everything to him. He was like, why would somebody? A lot of people were like, I should go and call police. Like it was that bad.
Wow.
It was that bad. After this video, remind me, I'll show you the video.
Wow.
It was that bad. They're like, I should have called the police, and I was like, oh, I don't want any issues. You understand? I don't want somebody to say that, oh, Abi, because she's Nigerian, that's how they do. You understand? What my situation, no, but my roommate been with me for that long has never made the room messy before. So you came at the wrong time. That does not mean you should judge me with it. You've been in the room multiple times before that particular time. So you cannot say because you made the room, things clothes on the bed, or maybe I was cooking, you would use that to like mess things up that bad. So that day I was not able to sleep in the room. I had to leave the room and go back to my mom's place. So I was there, and then it was a Thursday, right? Or Friday. It was a Friday. So I came back on Sunday thinking that okay, everything will die down. The paints that they used to paint the entire hostel was in my room.
Wow.
I don't know, maybe the woman thought like there was no need to like inform me of certain things. Let me just, or maybe miscommunication, my mindset being different from, she's expecting me to understand her, and then like she's not even being straight. Because like I didn't even know. So my friend was not the one. See the way I sat, I was crying. My friend in the hostel was like, oh sorry, was even pitying for me. I'm like, what do I do? Where do I start from cleaning? Because usually, according to what I heard, once they are done painting and all, they clean up and then we do the finishing cleaning because it's our room.
Mm-hmm.
But then they didn't do anything. The scrapes from the roof, everything was on the floor. So I had to look for a place to sleep that night because I can't leave that night. So my friend was like, oh, there's a spare room. Will I sleep there? I'm like, oh no, I would rather sleep there. Thinking that, because he told me, the woman told him there's other things to do in the room.
Okay.
You understand? So I felt like, okay, and she would tell me, don't come, oh, I have things to do, oh, I'm not done, oh, you understand? Because I spoke to you before I left that day. You were not speaking to me nicely. I felt a little bit offended, but then you are older than me, so I'm not expecting my thinking to be the same as yours. That was what happened. So I came back that Sunday. I was like, okay, I won't call her again this night. Let me wait till the next day. So the next day, I waited till 9 o'clock. They've already entered the room, as usual, before I even woke up. The room is just beside mine. So I couldn't explain to her that, oh, I've been around since yesterday. I noticed there were still things in the house. Are there more things to do? So like, the thing is, oh, I'm coming. That's why she's staying in the same compound as me. I was there like 3 hours. I did not see her. And then when she finally came, the thing is, when I came, I noticed my gas was missing. Right, that was like my biggest concern. And I thank God that there was no money or anything valuable in that. I take my things with me when I go. Like my gas, where could my gas be? Was my gas stolen as well? I didn't know what was going on. So I found out that she held my gas hostage with the excuse of, I believe I come. And then I don't know, she had the mindset of this Nigerian she had before, that I'll just forget everything. So she wanted a reason for me to come and see her. Ma'am, I would see you eventually. You turned my room upside down. So I could not do anything. So she was like, oh, the thing was with her. that she held it. She held it there with her. So maybe that would be a reason for me to come and see her. This and that. So she was talking plenty. As I was trying to explain myself to her, I realized she was not understanding me. So as soon as I knew she was not understanding me, I just cut the case. Yes, ma. I'm sorry, ma. Okay, ma. That was all I did. So I don't think she knew how badly what she did affected me. And I did not see a reason for me to tell her. Because I tried to even explain the smaller situation, she still wanted to do what was on her mind. So after a while, things were going. I cleaned the room myself. My friend helped me. I called some of my friends to come and help me. Go back and forth. It was time to leave. I was not allowed to rent again. So, and I had a few weeks to leave. And I was like, okay, since I didn't have much on, because the last thing on my head right now, I just started school again. So the last thing on my head right now was going to look for another place. So my plan was I would just pay here and stay here.
Okay.
And then I had to start like looking for another place to stay, location, moving out before my due date. It was a lot. The depression was high. I don't know how I managed. I had to start looking for a place. Some of my things were in Accra. Some of my things were in Bechile. Some of my things, the way I scattered them. The locations were like this. But then like those were the only places I knew, people that I trusted. So I had to put them in places that I knew. So that after I dropped the things there, I started moving around. I'll be in Winneba today. I'll be in Accra today. I'll be back to Bechile today. I'll be at my mom's place the next day looking for a place, because those places I could not stay there. I could not stay at any of those places unless I get a place of my own. It was very, very difficult. But then I'm like, okay, if I was it because I was Nigerian? Was it because she had issues with that? She didn't want any other issues? Was it because nobody has ever taken my complaint to her before? None that I'm aware of. Because I know the people in the hostel we're all close. So if anything, if the person cannot come today, they will tell my friend. My friend will tell me that, oh, your friend, I greeted her, she didn't mind me, is everything. I'm like, oh, I didn't hear you. So it wasn't as bad as calling the landlady and telling the landlady anything. So I cannot remember doing anything wrong. I don't even stay in the house. I'm like, okay, is it because I don't stay in the house? That's a blessing for her. I'm not around. So it was a really, really devastating issue. But you know, I didn't have a choice. I had to scale through it. I'm still scaling through it. I'm still trying to stabilize myself because housing has been difficult, very difficult. So it was a lot. So right now I'm still trying to find my place. I'm still trying to see what I can do with myself for now, because without a stable location you can't get a job. You see the thing? So that's why I've been trying to see if I can do TikTok. I'm trying to see if I can forcefully go back to YouTube. I'm trying to see what I can do remotely, and and see how far that will get me. And if there's any need to do a 9 to 5, I'll do. And if this one is going to be okay, then I won't have to do a 9 to 5. But until then,
wow,
I'm trying to survive.
Wow.
So that's the story. Long story called short.
Wow.
That's what I had to go through.
Wow. Like I was just so dumbfounded, and I'm sure most of you are also dumbfounded. Like, oh God, we're in the 21st century. Like, come on, guys. Come on. Like, oh my God. Whenever I hear people still doing this thing of Nigeria,
I mean, I can't blame her.
Like I really don't blame her also, because some Nigerians
happen to be a victim of that situation because she has had a bad experience with a Nigerian in that house.
And I think most of the times the landlord always have issues with the men, the Nigerian guys.
I know, right?
More
so
the
I
guys
was not
and
expecting me being a female.
Yeah.
I don't have piercings. I don't even wear earrings. If I was those kind of girls that wear lashes and I was bling bling, I was loud, I would understand. But like, if I pass you, you won't even know I'm Nigerian. If you hear my accent, you won't even know. So like, why? Till today, I still ask myself. See, after I left the hostel, I did not hear a call from her. The key is still with me. Oh.
Wow.
She did not call me. It's been 2 months now. We're entering the second one. I did not hear a missed call. I did not hear ring my key or anything. And me being far away from the location, there was no way I could drop the key. I wanted to give the key to her and at least give her the last respect and drop it. But till today, I've not gotten anything. I feel like they still think I'm in the place. But how can I be in a place where my rent has been due a long time?
Wow.
And my friend said they've not asked him of me. So I'm like, okay, I get it. The message was sent.
So have you been able to get a new house now? Or?
No. No, I have not.
While you're still session?
I'm still bunking around. The scene, I've seen in Ghana, you need to at least have a 2-year rent or a year and a half. You understand? And guys, even if you get a year rent, the amount is massive. And me right now that I'm not working, I handle social medias for like small businesses and startups. So like it's still not enough.
Yeah.
I still have to save up for a while before because that was the last thing on my head. And like, okay, I'll just chill around. I'm not in a hurry. Now God is giving me the grace to set up myself right. You understand? So I'm trying to be as comfortable as I can and trying to make sure that wherever I choose is a place that peaceful and then like trouble free.
Yeah, guys. So this is something I don't know, I've not really done, and it's really crazy. Right now, you guys know on this channel I support women, like women empowerment and everything, and this is me soliciting for your help. I don't know in any way you could help out. Like, do you have like a particular location like you want to be at? Like,
I just want to be around Tema, Mataiko, Afenia.
Okay.
Somewhere in that vicinity. I don't want to be in Accra. Accra is too much for me.
Okay.
So I'd rather be there, somewhere peaceful. Okay.
So please, if you have like a house there and you feel that you are comfortable in renting out that place, I would really appreciate this. I will do a follow-up for this particular video because I've not done something like this before. You know, I don't know, like it's kind of heavy for me to even bring this on here, but I feel a sister needs help. She's one of you, she's one of us, she's a human being. Like I don't know, she's a human being like we all are. I know this can happen to anybody, you understand. I remember also having a housing issues and stuff like that. Like it was really crazy, you understand. Nowadays, before that thing was with only guys, but if you are a lady, it's now affecting everybody. They still see you that way, but it's just really crazy, and I don't know how we can get through this, but I know definitely we're going to sail through this. You understand? May we're back to our feet and she'll come back here to testify. I believe it. Yeah, I really believe it. Yeah. So if in any way you have like a house or something and you want to rent it out or something,
or if there's any idea
or you want to support, I mean anyway, like
small as an idea is appreciated.
Yes, ideas, support, like you have a house you want to rent out or anyhow, just hit me up. Like I'll leave the number in my description. You can reach out to me via WhatsApp or you can email me and let us, yes, also Instagram and all of those things. And I will really appreciate this because it's really crazy. Like I don't know why bad things always happen to the genuine ones, you understand. Like bad things, the bad ones they're there enjoying,
they don't have any issues at all.
But the good ones are the ones suffering. But the story is about to change, I believe so. You know how we do it over here. Well guys, I don't want to bore you with my too many talks and everything. You've heard what has happened, and yeah, I really appreciate it a lot. I'm gonna try my part to, like see if I can get contacts also to like also engineer the whole thing. But also I need your support also. I can't do this by my strength. Like I don't know, it's gonna be too heavy for me, so I need also your support. Like I said, if you have like a house you want to rent out around Tema and its environs, or you have like you want to support financially or in any way you feel that, or maybe ideas or whatsoever way you want to support, I will really do appreciate this a lot. Okay, so well guys, if you made it to this part of the video, I must say you are my real VVIP and I love you so much. If at this point you've not already subscribed, before then I'll leave May's channel on the screen and also in the description, so you go check her out. Okay,
so by the time this video probably comes up, I already have something on my channel.
Okay. Yes guys, so I'll leave the name of her channel on the screen. Please do well to check her out and all of those things. Well guys, if you made it to this part of the video, I must say you are my real VVIP and I love you so much. If at this point you've not already subscribed, please smash the red button to subscribe and also turn on notifications so whenever I upload videos like this, you'll be the first to get notified. Guys, until next time, stay safe. Remember, Jesus loves you. See you on my next video.
Bye-bye.